There are things that you are going through right now that you really don't understand. There are struggles that you are passing through in life, and they are like a mystery to you. You don't even understand it. You can't even put your finger around it. Let me tell you something. The person you sleep with matters to your destiny. I will say that again. The person you lay with matters to your destiny. Every time you make a sexual connection with somebody, there is a covenant and there is a transfer of spirit. And when you are making that covenant with the wrong person, you are making a dangerous deposit into your spirit. There's a transfer of spirit that happens when you connect with somebody emotionally and sexually. I think I've done a video on this before. You can check some of my videos, especially on YouTube. I've done a video, one or two videos on this before. I think I also did a video on breaking soul ties, how to break soul ties. Pay attention. I'm going to say some things that may be strange to you, but I want you to pay attention. There are things that you go through in life because of somebody that touched you. Every time somebody touches you, every time there is a sexual connection with somebody else, every time there is an emotional bonding with somebody, there is a covenant made. You make a covenant through a relationship. You make covenants in different ways. Sometimes constant communication with somebody becomes a covenant. If you are talking with somebody constantly on a daily basis, you are making a covenant. And that is why for married people, you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you are getting too close with somebody that is not your spouse. I think your best friend is your spouse. If there is somebody else who is closer to you than your spouse, you are making a dangerous covenant with the person that can affect your marriage. And that is by the way. Now, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Sex is such a powerful thing on the earth. It's such a powerful thing. Most people who engage in it don't even know the power behind it. They don't even know. They think it's just a pleasure of the moment. It's not it's not just a pleasure of the moment. The purpose of sex is for husband and wife to enact a covenant that will keep them together. Let me say that again. The purpose of sexual intercourse is for husband and wife to make a covenant that will keep them together. Because anytime, the Bible said, when you sleep with somebody, you become one with the person. The book of 1 Corinthians 6 verse 16, the Bible said, whoever you sleep with becomes one with you. And that means if you are making this covenant with somebody else that is not your spouse, you are becoming one with the person. And there is a transfer of spirit that happens when you are sleeping with somebody you are not married to. There's a connection of spirit. There is a transfer of spirit. You know, the both of you become one in the spirit. There's a bonding in the spirit. There is an exchange of spirits. There's exchange of spirit. And that is why some people that I speak with, I have sometimes when I mentor or counsel somebody, some of them tell me, the moment I slept with him or the moment I slept with her, my life changed. There are relationships you get into and everything about you will change. Everything about everything. A relationship will either make you or mar you. The person you connect with in life matters. The person you are testing matters. The person you are chatting constantly matters. The person that you are exchanging gifts with, because sometimes you make a covenant through a gift. When you read the scripture, you will see that in the Old Testament, David and Jonathan exchanged their armors. Sometimes they exchange a gift as a way of covenant. So anytime that you are accepting a gift from somebody, you got to be careful. You have to be really very careful the way you accept gifts from people, the way you eat the food that somebody else cook, and you don't know who cooks the food, you don't know who made the meal. You gotta be careful. And that is, by the way, I want to focus on sexual covenant. Now, there are things that you are going through today because of the person that you slept with yesterday. Some of you, you need to go back to God and deal with your history and deal with the person that you were in a relationship with before you got married. There are spirits that can visit your marriage because of a covenant you made years ago when you were single. There are steps that you took when you were single, and those steps are still haunting you, and they are still destroying your marriage. And this is very important. And let me just say this, and it's part of what I plan to say. The children that come out of your womb matters. When you make a sexual covenant with the right person, you will produce godly children, children that will serve God, children that will love God. And when you make this covenant with the wrong person, you produce children that will give you trouble. Let's go back to the Bible. When you go to the scripture, the Bible talked about Ahab and Jezebel. Most of you have heard about Jezebel. Now, I was reading about the children of Jezebel, and the Bible said that Jezebel gave birth to a daughter called Athaliah, who became a queen in Judah. The son of Judah went and married the daughter of Jezebel. And the Bible said that the daughter of Jezebel, she slaughtered all the royal members of Judah. That is the exact thing her mother did. Jezebel was slaughtering the prophets. Now her daughter got married to the son of Judah, and she was slaughtering and killing the people of God. When you come together with somebody, the seed you produce matters. The kind of children you produce matters. And that is why you have to be careful who you marry. You got to be careful about your relationship. You really have to be very careful when you are making this decision. Abraham slept with Hagar and he produced Ishmael. And Ishmael, till today, the generation of Ishmael is a problem in our world, is a thorn in our flesh. The children of Ishmael, they are the seeds that brought about Muslim and Islamic religion, and they are still destroying the world because a man took a wrong step. When Abraham slept with Sarah, the wife, they gave birth to Isaac, and Isaac became a great child. And today we are part of the generation of Isaac. You have to be careful who touches you. You got to be careful who you talk with on a daily basis, because constant communication with somebody is a covenant. Constant exchange of gifts is a covenant. When you are sitting down with somebody constantly, you are making a covenant. I know this is strange to some of you. Yes, it's strange to some of you, but when you go through the Bible, you understand that communion, eating together, is a covenant. So you got to be careful who give you a gift. You got to be careful the calls you get and who you talk with on a constant basis, because the words we speak, they are spirits. So anytime there's an exchange of language or words constantly, there's a covenant you are making. Now, my idea is this: make sure you are making this covenant with the right person. Make sure that you are making the covenant with the right person. When you sleep with somebody you are not married to, you are making a covenant. Anytime you lay with somebody else that is not your wife or your husband, you are making a covenant. And there could be a repercussion, there could be a consequence. There are things that people go through in life, they can't even explain it. Mysterious sickness. Some people, through sleeping with somebody else, they begin to experience some patterns of failure, patterns of bad luck, if I can use that word, patterns of disappointment, patterns of, they begin to experience some strange visitations, even in their dreams at night. They begin to go through some nightmares. They can't even explain their life anymore because of the person they slept with. Sex is a covenant. The person that is touching your body matters to your destiny. The person that you are talking with constantly on a daily basis matters to your destiny. The person that is giving you a gift is making a deposit in your spirit and in your destiny. You got to be very careful how you make this covenant. I know this is strange to some of you, but be careful. Sex is more than a pleasure. It goes beyond that. I've sat down to speak with some youths and some of my proteges, and most of them would tell me, the moment I slept with her, my life changed. Strange things began to happen to me. As a matter of fact, somebody told me, he said, when you sleep with somebody you are not married to, it could slow down your destiny. It could slow down your destiny. It could slow. There is a delay that happens when you are making a wrong covenant with the wrong person. Be careful.